Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be trying Ugly to Beauty challenge. This is a Sims that I randomly found on the gallery and it looks absolutely wild. We see that their aspiration is defiance, they're erratic, kleptomaniac, and evil. And first we're starting off with changing up the body. Compared to a lot of other Ugly to Beauty challenges, I feel like the body wasn't so bad, but the face needs some work. So first we're just trying to get the shape kind of back to how a normal Sims would kind of look, and we'll kind of go from there to kind of make it a lot more pleasing. I ended up changing the eyebrows, although I feel like if it had like a unibrow or anything like that, I feel like it's kind of unusable to kind of make it pretty, and I feel like you can kind of change your eyebrows to kind of whatever shape you kind of like in real life, so I felt like it was okay to change. But of course, with how the challenge normally goes, you can't really change anything else like the ears, eyes, nose, and mouth, but I feel like with any lip you choose or any nose you choose, you can kind of just end up making it work. And I wanted to use custom content because I normally use it in my normal gameplay, and even if you were to download it, you would still get the kind of the face structure and everything that you would normally get in vanilla Sims, and you can kind of apply whatever custom content you kind of wish, or kind of just use the default stuff that you get with the Sims base game or DLC kind of stuff. And here I picked this one in particular because I saw that the skin kind of screamed like a vampire look, so I kind of wanted to kind of go with that with a lot of dark reds and blacks and things like that. And I feel like in the end it kind of turned out well, although I kind of did a lot of back and forth with like the hair, the face, and all that kind of stuff. But I felt like with the makeup that I chose, with like the colors and the eyelashes and stuff, I felt like that was more like I definitely want those, so I felt like I didn't really need to change them as much. And I was trying to figure out the nose. I felt like trying to make the tip of the nose kind of be more proportional to the nostrils, and I kind of was unsure how to kind of maneuver the nose a bit, so I ended up needing to play around with that. And here it's kind of funny how it kind of turned out well when no hair was involved, but after kind of trying out hair, you see that the bangs was definitely like too long, so I ended up having to shift everything down, like the eyes and nose, and it kind of ended up being like all scrunched up. But it's totally okay because as time goes on, I'm gonna keep trying to just end up making it work. And I feel like when you're kind of doing these create a sim challenges, it's kind of good to try out a variety of hairstyles, because I feel like once you get a face that just works on any hairstyles, I feel like that's when you're kind of done with how you go about this. In total, I ended up spending like a whole hour because that's kind of how long the footage ended up being, and I sped everything up by 7 speed, which is kind of the same speed that I do in my speed builds, and I feel like that kind of makes it just at that 10-minute mark, which makes it a lot more digestible trying to like watch this. And I really enjoy a lot of games where you can kind of customize your own character, but I feel like Sims is probably the best by far in that aspect. And because you could just simply change every single detail just to make it how you want. And here I ended up wanting to add some weight onto the cheeks and jawbone, because I feel like having a bony Sims character isn't very attractive. Like I feel like this is a lot more normal look in how most people would kind of look like. Obviously, since it's a vampire, not everyone in real life is a vampire, but you get what I mean. I ended up going with this hairstyle because I quite like liked it. So I ended up removing the headband since it didn't really make sense with the flower band. But I ended up changing my mind and wanting to go with like a different hairstyle in the end. So I ended up adding it right back. But I feel like the headband is just so cute, or just any hair accessory is great. And I wanted this to kind of feel kind of like a Japanese vampire. So there's like a lot of kimono use for the different outfits. But I do end up changing it to something just more casual because I feel like that just looks a lot better in general. I felt like I should have ended up keeping the eyebrows, but I do end up changing it later on because I felt like it just suited their character more. But I would love to continue doing more challenges and trying different eyebrows and different things like that. And I noticed one thing when I did begin looking at other outfits, I see that all the accessories have been removed from the character, so I end up having to go through each of them and kind of just add it back just to kind of make sure that it matches. And for some of the outfits, I feel like it's just fun having all these different outfits. And for my general gameplay, I would love to have all 5 slots for all the various types of outfits, so that a Sims would end up having like 30 different outfits. And I really like all the features that they keep adding with The Sims, like having various outfits for various different events, having terraforming for builds, and having all the DLCs. I feel like in reality you could just end up playing Sims like forever, and I feel like I mentioned that a lot, but there's just so much that goes on in The Sims. Like you get to make your own character, build your own house, and kind of like live your own life, and I feel like it's just so amazing. But I quite like a lot of games like that where you can kind of control your own character and customize them and kind of create your own environment. So I love games like Animal Crossing, Terraria, Skyrim, because I feel like you're just so immersed in that world. And for a lot of the outfits I end up choosing, a lot of them are kind of darker purples, greens, just dark colors in general, but I feel like it just fits quite well. But maybe in the future when I try another challenge, whether it's Ugly to Beauty or any of that sort, I feel like I might try to be more colorful in that manner. And I feel like with the one that you choose, let's say you make it on your own or you find it on the gallery, I feel like skin color kind of dictates it in a fun manner. Like if for this I saw the skin color kind of made me want to try a vampire, but maybe if it's green or blue you might try like an alien, or like if you have like a paler or dark blue you might end up making like an elf kind of thing. And I feel like that's just a lot of fun. You can kind of just pick whatever theme direction you kind of want to go for. And yeah. And I felt like all the outfits just turned out really well. And I ended up changing the daily outfit to kind of be that apron that you might have seen earlier, because I felt like it was just so cute. I kind of imagined it more like overalls, but obviously it's an apron, but it's just so cute. And here I end up just going with the hairstyle that I like. I felt like white just fits, and yeah. And then soon we'll be seeing the screenshots of the final product. I wanted to kind of just show the front and side angle, and I felt like that's kind of like important, like just seeing the different angles to make sure that the proportions are correct. Although I do kind of feel like the cheeks are kind of big, but I feel like it looks nice in the end, so I have no issues with that. But yeah, thanks for watching.